Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I am so excited because look at all of these colors. We have been living in sad beige era and it is time for some color. Spring is right around the corner. So today we are reviewing the Paragon Candyland launch. So I have every color that is going to launch. We have some beautiful hot pinks, yellow, every color of the rainbow. We got you covered. This is launching on March 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern time, but I believe if you sign up for Paragon's emails, they send out an early access code an hour before the launch, so be sure to do that. And they did also give me a discount code for you guys. You can use code Catherine for 10% off. This launch does have some items that are new to me for reviewing. We have the ultralux fabric, which I had not tried before. And then we do have a return of the Recstretch, which is my favorite Paragon fabric so far. There are pros and cons to both, so I'm going to kind of compare the two fabrics, the two different legging styles for you guys to help you decide which one is better for you. Also, I continue to get questions even though I've addressed this in like 3 different videos and I kind of thought it was just overkill at this point, but apparently not. But if you guys are not new to the channel, you guys know I did talk about Paragon several years ago where their items could be found on AliExpress. That is no longer the case. If you are ever curious if something can be found on AliExpress, take a screenshot, reverse image search it, and if it does not show up with like the same image or something very similar, it's likely not something that is dropshipped or white labeled from AliExpress. Anyways, these items are unique to Paragon. I hoped that you guys would think that I wouldn't be reviewing stuff and suggesting it to you if you could find it somewhere else, the exact same product for a lot cheaper. But just to clear the air, yet again, I'll just have to do this every Paragon video. These are unique to Paragon. That is why I'm reviewing them. And I have really grown to be a big fan of a lot of their stuff because you guys know I love a hidden scrunch and they have been working on their Sculptseam for like 2 to 3 years now, maybe just 2, I don't know. And it just gives the perfect amount of glute separation without being too in your face. So let's go over all of the colors first. First of all, and I think my personal favorite, we have Bubblegum, which is this beautiful, just bubblegum pink. That's what it is. This is definitely one of my top colors. And I believe everything comes in the Recstretch, but not everything comes in the ultralux fabric. Cotton Candy is a slightly more corally, more baby pink. We have Orange Sickle, Lemon Drop. I love a bright yellow like this. Mint Chip, which I'm wearing the bra right now. We got some blues. We have Sugar Rush, which is a lighter teal, and Taffy, which is just like a true bright blue. I think this is also one of my favorite colors. And lastly, we have Lollipop, which is actually probably my least favorite of the colors, just because it's such a pale lilac that it just doesn't really work that well with my skin tone. It almost just kind of washes me out. They've had some recent light purples that I think I liked a little bit better. Now we'll be inserting all of the squat tests. So there are definitely going to be some questionable colors in this just because we are dealing with brights and pastels. There's not going to be a yellow legging that is 100% squat proof with darker colored underwear. Something about me is I will wear every single color of these to the gym. I am not super picky about my squat proofness. If I can wear nude underwear and not see that, then I'm okay wearing them to the gym. You guys know in my squat test, I usually have a descriptor that says it's safe for leg day, or I say stick to nude underwear. There's also a descriptor that we'll occasionally see which says not even like stand proof or something like that. Those are the kind of leggings that I do not wear at all because you can't even like bend over in them. It's just way too visible. So I honestly don't expect any of them to be so bad, maybe the yellow, but we will do a double squat test with a nude thong and patterned cheeky underwear and give my full breakdown. But for me, as long as you're not seeing that nude underwear under it, I'll wear them. Another thing to note about the squat proofness is that the ultralux will be a little bit more squat proof than the Recstretch just because it is a thicker, more dense fabric. Okay, let's start off with the leggings. We have the ultralux Curve Contour Sculptseam leggings. So just a quick breakdown of the ultralux fabric. It's a thicker, more dense brushed material. So you can see the fabric has a lot more structure and thickness compared to the Recstretch. So when I would compare the two fabrics, I think if you want a little bit more compression, a little bit more hold, a little bit more durability, it's going to be the ultralux. If you want a lot of stretch, something super, super lightweight and naked feel, and ultra flattering on the glutes. Then we're gonna go with the Recstretch. So there's pros and cons to each one. I personally felt like the ultralux didn't hug my curves like in every way that I wanted to. Just could have been a little bit more flattering, and I did just have some general fit issues with these leggings. And the Recstretch is nearly perfect in every single way. I love how these look on me. I love how they perform at the gym, but this fabric will snag. So you have to wash them inside out in the wash. You have to be careful if you ever have any like Velcro or anything at the gym. I do wear lifting gloves on my pull days, and I did get some snags in these. It doesn't snag with something as simple as like my ring, but with something like Velcro or like if you're washing them with like jeans that have like a zipper, they are going to snag. So it's not the most durable fabric, which is my main critique of the Recstretch. I just wish the Recstretch was slightly thicker, so it did have a little bit more durability. And then let's do a little side by side of the two different leggings. First of all, the fabrics, we can see that the ultralux is slightly brushed, a little bit on the thicker, more dense side. The Recstretch is super thin, lightweight, and sleek performance. It does not have that fuzzy brush texture, so it's also going to be a little better with pet fur. And then we have the backs of the leggings. So these are the curved contours. You can see just very slightly contoured glute seams at the top, and you can't tell that there's a scrunch going on. And then if we look at the Recstretch, you can see the glute contour seams are a little bit more enhanced, and then you have more scrunching going on in the back. Even though it looks like there is a lot of scrunching going on, it does flatten out when you put them on. But let's show inside out. So these are the curve contour sculpt seams. You can see this is an elastic that goes up the back rise seam, but it's not super scrunched, so it gives you a little bit more of a subtle glute contour. And then we can see the inside of the Sculptseam Plus. The whole back rise is elasticated and much more scrunched together, so the glute separation is much more enhanced. But those are kind of our main differences. Anyways, let's talk about the curve contour leggings. We have a double thickness waistband. We have a little triangle crotch gusset here, and the rise on these ones, while both of the leggings actually measure a 9-inch rise in a size small, the Recstretch sit at a true high rise for me, and these ones definitely slid down to more of a mid to high rise. I was seeing a little bit of belly button. So for that reason, if you are a little bit shorter and you don't like a really super high rise, the ultralux is a little better. These measure at a 27-inch inseam, but because they don't have that much stretch to them, I felt like they were kind of hitting me at a 7/8. And then the curved contours aren't as in your face of a glute separation. We do have that hidden scrunch up the back rise seam, the Sculptseam, but because the fabric is a little bit thicker, it doesn't quite sit up in the glutes as much as the Recstretch. So we get more of a medium to high on the booty scale on these, which we will see. We do have the Paragon logo in tonal colors in the back. Very simple, very clean, slightly contoured seams in the back. All right, let's try on the ultralux curve contour. Okay, here we are. And you can see immediately these are hitting more of a mid to high rise. I'm seeing my belly button here. They don't stay up. If I pull them up to here and I walk around and kind of just do my thing a little bit, we're back to here or even lower. I was wearing these around the house after I wore them to the gym, and every time I bent over, I felt like these glute seams were getting lower and lower and lower. So these don't have that same waistband hold that the Recstretch do. That being said, if you are a shorter torso, these aren't going up as high, so that can be a plus. For me, I don't even mind this length of a waistband, but I feel like it's because the sides aren't going up quite high enough. I don't know. This is where I feel like they should be, but they don't want to stay there. Double thickness waistband here. Overall compression on these is a good medium, maybe even medium to high in the leggings. The shorts didn't feel quite the same, but they definitely do have a limit to their stretch. I feel some tightness in the knees. It's just a more compressive fabric with more hold. You will also get a little bit more opacity in these, a little bit more smoothing of an effect as well. And then in the back, we do have those seams that go above the glutes, but because they kind of slide down a little bit, I feel like they could just be a little bit higher. The Recstretch Sculptseam Plus, they do sit a little bit higher than these. Because we have that Sculptseam in here, it does help with the glute separation, so we're still getting medium to high on the booty scale. It's just not quite as flattering as the Sculptseam Plus. We are getting more cellulite coverage on these. I wouldn't say it's full cellulite coverage because these colors are so light, but it's definitely better than the Recstretch. So these are actually a longer inseam than the Recstretch, but they don't sit at a very long length on me. I had to pull up so much fabric just to make these like slightly more comfortable up in the waist and glute area that we ended up just losing a lot of the length, and these definitely fit me more like a 7/8. So even though the inseam is listed as longer, these don't fit me like a very long legging. So overall, this is just not a fabric that I tend to reach for. I don't like that I feel a little bit restricted. I don't like that it's not really staying up. It's kind of not tight enough in the waistband and then a little bit too tight along the thigh area. It's just not fitting me how I would like it to. One pro of these is that the fabric is very durable. I even did a little test where I took my Velcro lifting strap at the gym and ran it over the fabric, and these did not snag. So that's definitely a plus. But unless you're someone who really likes compression and you have a shorter torso and you don't like a super high rise, I would be choosing the Recstretch. All right, we already talked about these a little bit, but these are the Recstretch Original Sculptseam Plus leggings. I've tried quite a few different fabrics, styles from Paragon at this point, and the Sculptseam Plus just continues to be a favorite. There have been a couple slightly different styles of the Sculptseam Plus, but just having the Plus makes a difference to me. So these are a double thickness waistband with no top band. We have that triangle gusset in the front here, curved glute seams in the Sculptseam Plus in the back, which does stretch out so you don't see that kind of scrunched when you're wearing it. These are a 25-inch inseam, which is shorter than the curve contour leggings, but they have a lot of vertical stretch. These almost fit kind of like a seamless legging in that they just have stretch every which way and are just so flattering on the glutes. Anyways, I find that they actually are a pretty good length on me because of all that vertical stretch. Okay guys, we have the Recstretch leggings, and these just feel so good on. They just feel like you're wearing nothing, but you still got a little waistband hold. I just love how these feel. So first of all, we do have a high rise here. We do get a little bit of compression in the waistband, which is nice. And this is what keeps the leggings up. We have more vertical stretch, so you're able to get them to sit high rise. And this is not me even pulling them up. This is just how they naturally sit. But that extra layer of the waistband, which most leggings have, it just really works in this fabric, just really keeps these leggings up. So I am never adjusting these during my workout. They are staying put. They're not sliding down, which can be rare for a seamed legging. The waistband's also nice and thick, so it does give a little bit of lower tummy control here. No front seam. We have that triangle gusset there, which is not visible from the front. So much stretch. These are true to size. If you're in between, you can really go either way. If you want a little bit more compression, size down. If you're worried about the waistband being too snug, size up. These are definitely a light compression. This fabric is very thin and stretchy. And then we have the back. The seams sit above the glutes. That scrunch sits perfectly between the cheeks and it doesn't fall out when you walk around. Like I work out, I can walk around in these, and that seam stays right where it's supposed to be. It does not fall down like the other leggings. So that is something I love about these. These are high on the booty scale, so flattering. The one drawback is because these are thin, especially in these light colors, you're not going to get cellulite coverage here. And then we go to the full length view, and you can see these are a 25-inch inseam, but they're fitting nearly like a full length legging because they have so much vertical stretch. I just feel like these leggings combine my favorite things about like a seamless legging, being like super flattering on the glutes, having all of that stretch, but they have the look of a regular non-seamless legging, which I just feel like it's giving the best of both worlds. So again, the only thing I am not a fan of with these is the snagability of them. So again, just be aware of that, but these are definitely the top pick of the launch for me. All right, next let's talk about the shorts. Let's start out with the ultralux curve contour Sculptseam short. So these are the same structure as the leggings, but they do have a 5-inch inseam. Personally, I wish it was a 6-inch inseam because these do go up the glutes a little bit like any scrunch legging does, which means you get a little bit less length than you're expecting. So I have been using my Peloton quite a bit, and I do like to wear shorts when I'm on my Peloton. So I have been using these. They do roll, which again doesn't really bother me with certain activity, but wearing these to the gym, I do prefer to have a slightly longer legging. Anyways, let's try these on. All right, here they are. So compared to the Recstretch shorts, these do feel like the length is fitting a little bit longer just because the scrunch doesn't pull as much fabric in, but the rise also isn't as high. So we are seeing some belly button here. So I'd really consider these more of a mid to high rise. I definitely can pull these up and then pull them up the glutes. And for the shorts, it will stay like this. For the leggings, it won't. But when I do this, I do get extra fabric in the waistband. So I just don't feel like this fabric really hugs all the curves in the right way. And it's just not my favorite fabric. It provides a little bit more compression. It's very durable as well, so that's nice. But I think this fabric does better for tops than bottoms. And the seam is a little bit more snug on these than it is on the Recstretch shorts. So it's not cutting into my thighs, but if they were too small, it definitely would. So I would say overall true to size. If you're in between for thighs, I would consider a size up. And then we have the back. We have the slightly curved seams the Sculptseam here, and you can see it doesn't sit quite as much between the glutes as the Sculptseam Plus, but it still gives you some glute separation without being super obvious. Because I know that these slide down, I'm only gonna give them a medium to high on the booty scale. I don't think they deserve to be the same as the Recstretch. Overall compression on these, in this color, I'm getting more of like a light to medium, but in the leggings, I was getting more of like a medium compression. But if you like a little bit more opaque and smoothing in your fabric, a little bit more durability, then I would go with this fabric. Then we have the Recstretch Original Sculptseam shorts. Again, these are a 5-inch inseam. Same structure as the Sculptseam leggings, and they're just super lightweight and stretchy. I feel like these colors go really well in shorts just because they're so springy, summery. All right, here are the Recstretch shorts. You can see these just hit higher on the waist just because this fabric has so much more stretch. And we do get a good amount of hold in the waistband with the double thickness here, but it's still nice and stretchy, so it's not cutting in. So I'm getting a true high rise. The waistband's also pretty thick too, so it does go down slightly into the lower tummy area. These are a 5-inch inseam, but they fit they almost fit kind of more like a 4-inch with what I talked about before. The fabric gathers up the glutes a little bit, so you get a little bit less. So since these don't go over the bulk part of my thighs, they do roll on me. This is something I'd wear for like my Peloton classes though, and I would be comfortable in that. There's no side seam here, and these are a true high on the booty scale. You guys know I only reserve that for the best of the best. So we have those curved glute seams. They do sit above the glutes, and that Sculptseam Plus sits right between the cheeks and gives some good glute separation, so it's ultra flattering on the glutes. This fabric also does not squish the glutes down at all. Even though these are a little bit short for me and they do roll, I still would consider them thick thigh friendly overall because they are so stretchy. So it just depends if you like a shorter short or not. I definitely prefer the leggings, and I would like a longer length in the shorts, but I still do find myself wearing these for my Peloton classes. Quickly touching on sizing here, I think for the shorts, the waistband is feeling a little bit more snatched than the leggings, but they're still very true to size. So normal size, but if you're in between, I think I would go with a size up. And overall compression is about a light to medium. With the Recstretch, it's just super stretchy. So it still gives you a little bit of hold, but it's not compressive. Next, we're moving on to sports bras. We have the Ultralux Dual Fit Bra. And I've been a little bit disappointed with Paragon sports bras in the past. I just didn't really feel like they were really a sports bra or had enough coverage, but I feel like the bras in this collection are definitely better. So this one's just kind of a classic thicker spaghetti strap shape, almost more of a bandeau structure here. There is an elastic on the inside of the bottom, so you still get that seamless look, but you do get the support of having the elastic there. We have these thicker straps here that help kind of distribute the weight on the shoulders a little bit so that they're not super tiny straps cutting in, but the straps are also adjustable in the back, which I love. And then since this is the dual fit bra, the straps actually do disconnect in the back, so you can crisscross them if that's something you prefer. All right, here's the dual fit bra. And I think this fabric just works really well as a bra because the extra structure of it just gives it a little bit more support. So it's a very basic bra, but I do like the fit of it. It's definitely true to size. If you're in between, I would size up. We have that bottom band that sits nicely below the bust, but you still get that seamless look. Almost kind of a straight across bandeau shape. The coverage here, I would say slightly less than the other bra. I do feel like I get a little bit more cleavage popping out here, not a ton, but I would give this a medium coverage. No issues falling out of it at the gym. It's still very secure. We have the straight up and down straps, and I like that these are thicker than the Recstretch because this fabric isn't quite as soft as that one. So having that thicker strap prevents it from cutting in as much. I am wearing it with the straps straight up and down right now. And the support, honestly, it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a medium, but if you have a small bust, it's really more medium to high. It does really hold you in. So right now I have the straps on straight up and down, but they can be crossed in the back and they can also be adjusted. I can't tell which bra I like better in this collection. I think I might like this one a little bit more just because it has a little bit more support, but I like the strappiness of the Radiate bra. But yeah, finally happy to see some better bras from them. The cup pads, they feel better in this bra because the fabric has more structure. And again, they're looking a little bit better. I don't have any crinkled cup pads this launch, which is good, but I still wish that they were more of an oval cup pad, a little bit more structure to it rather than the pointy ends, which can be easily crinkled. And here we have the bra with the crisscross straps. I do loosen them up to be crisscrossed. I think I generally prefer to wear my straps crisscrossed because then they don't slide down at all. And then here's the view from the front, obviously coming up a little bit more. Pinto bean appearance, number one. You've been very elusive, but the people want to see you. if people want to see. He was on his way to sitting on his little flower cat tree. Yep, that's his favorite spot. Then we have the Recstretch Radiant Bra. I find that Recstretch in bras tends to not be super supportive because the fabric is just so lightweight and stretchy. It just doesn't have as much hold to it. So the ultralux is definitely better for a more supportive bra. We have a little scooped neckline here. Similar structure to the last bra. We do have that elastic on the inside of the bra there, so you still get that seamless look, but you get the support. We do have two straps that go up and then they kind of crisscross. Some of them go in, and then the Paragon logo on the back with that kind of seamless look there. All right, here's the sports bra. So you can see that bottom band that kind of still gives that sleek look, still sits nicely below the bust and gives some good security there. Overall coverage is pretty good. I would say it's a solid medium, maybe even medium to full coverage. I definitely did not have any issues falling out of this at the gym. Teeny bit of side boob, but really just more scooping around the armpits. This bra is super comfortable, even though the straps are a little bit thinner. The straps are so stretchy and soft that they just don't cut in. Even though the coverage is good, this bra is really more of a light to medium support because the fabric is so stretchy. It just doesn't have that same hold to it. So I would definitely consider it more of a low impact bra. And then we have the back. I like the little strap design here. It's very simple, but the straps still stay on well. The back is nice and secure there. This one is definitely true to size. If you're in between, I would consider sizing down just because it's so stretchy. If you sized up, you might just not get enough hold with it. But I think this bra is good. Again, cup pads could probably be improved here, but it makes for a good matching set with the bottoms. And then we have two tops. This is the Recstretch Classic Crop. I believe I have tried this one before. So it's made of the ultra stretchy Recstretch. We have a high neckline, kind of scooped shoulder detail, full coverage in the back. And this one actually does have a full bra on the inside with cup pads. So you're still getting the support of a bra without having to layer anything underneath it. And I've been definitely a critic of the Paragon cup pads in the past. And while I do feel like mine weren't crinkled this launch, sometimes they come in crinkled, they still could be a little bit better. So I don't know if they've changed them. They do feel a little bit better to me. Again, no crinkling, which means they maybe are a little bit more structured, but I would love to see like a rounder oval cup pad. I just feel like that tends to be my preferred cup pad shape. It has a little bit more structure to it. These little pointy ends just can be a little bit hard to deal with. Okay, here we have the crop. And I really like this one. I think in the yellow, you can see where we have that underlayer and then the overlay on top. It doesn't bother me, it's not too bad, but I would just be aware of that with these super pale colors. So this one fits really well. It's true to size, obviously full coverage. The support is about a medium support. You get a little bit more having that extra layer over top. It's still a cropped length. It's only a little bit below the normal sports bra space, so it's not a ton of coverage in the length. A little bit of scooping around the armpits here, so we get a tiny bit of side boob, but not too bad. The internal bra fits great, so I would go with your normal sports bra size. If you're in between, you could kind of do either way. I think I would probably recommend a size up just because it feels a little bit snug here. And then the back is full coverage. I like this one because even though it's still a tank and it's a little bit more coverage than I go for at the gym, it's still super lightweight because this fabric is so breathable. And last item, we have the Recstretch short sleeve crop. So super stretchy Recstretch fabric. We have a crew neck, short sleeves, and it is a cropped length with full coverage in the back, logo on the top of the back, those same tonal colors. And this is just a top, it's just a layering piece. It does not have a built-in bra on the inside. So you're not getting really any extra support from this, it's just a top. All right, here we are with the top. So it feels a little bit longer than the Recstretch Classic crop. It's going down a little bit below the sports bra area. Super stretchy, and it's a very snug fit in a small, so it's not tight anywhere because this fabric has so much stretch. But if you're in between sizes, you probably could size up and still have it be snug on you. We have the mock neck here. It's snug across the bust. Kind of almost shorter cap sleeves here, and then full coverage in the back. It stays put pretty well when I lift my arms up here. And yeah, just a good little layering piece. It's super lightweight. It will show sweat, just be aware. I mean, really, most shirts do, but it's thin and sweat wicking, but the sweat marks will still be there. Lastly, they are launching a little graphic pump cover that just says Candyland on it that I did not get, but that's also cute if you prefer like an oversized tee vibe. All right guys, that is everything launching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did. As for top picks, For me, it's the Sculptseam Plus leggings. Honestly, those have my heart. I do wish they were a little bit more durable. Again, this is all launching on March 7th. If you guys do want 10% off, you can use code Catherine, and please be sure to put your comments and questions down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!